And here to share their take and what we can expect are political analysts Laura Fink and John Dadian. Thank you both for coming in. We sure appreciate your time. And John, I wanted to start with you. Before we dive into today's testimony, I wanted to get your kind of takeaways on Wednesday. Was there any big bombshells that you saw?
I don't think so. And again, this is what's great about this whole scene is the Democrats say there were a couple of bombshells, Republicans say there weren't. I did not see anything new. There were leaks coming from the private testimony before, so we all knew what was going to be said.
Laura?
Well, I think there was a bombshell piece of information, and that was that Bill Taylor, former Ambassador Bill Taylor, decorated with a Bronze Star, said that a member of his staff had approached him and said that he had overheard a conversation with President Trump and Gordon Sondland talking about promoting investigations in the Ukraine. So the fact that a direct call from President Trump was placed to Gordon Sondland, which was not in his testimony, was placed to him talking about checking in on the on the investigations into Joe Biden by the Ukraine. That is new news. We know that that individual that heard that conversation will be coming to testify in closed-door sessions and possibly in open sessions later. So that huge news. And also, anytime you have an unimpeachable person like Bill Taylor and George Kent testify that they saw wrongdoing, that it sheds new light on the situation.
Some would say that is hearsay. So let's go ahead and talk about Giuliani being at the center of this, right? Yovanovitch expected to talk about him being behind the reason why she was recalled. Giuliani is now being investigated by federal prosecutors out of New York. He's hired his own attorneys, a lawyer hiring his own attorneys. What's your take on this?
Well, Giuliani is being investigated because two of his clients, Igor Froman and Lev Parnas, which were the origin of a lot of the motivation behind President Trump allegedly pursuing these ends, and they've been indicted. So they're indicted, and Giuliani's relationship is being with them, and other things that we may not know about is being investigated. But all of this, the whole motivation behind President Trump allegedly putting his personal interest and these investigations into political opponents in front of our national interest and our bipartisan agreed upon foreign policy with the Ukraine, that's what's really at the center of all of these individual public servants testifying.
And John, your response to that?
Yeah, you just said it correctly. It's, I overheard an aide say overheard. It's totally hearsay, etc. The Giuliani connection is a concern to many people, even on the Republican side. But let's get to what's going to happen today. The former ambassador is going to testify, and the GOP, quite frankly, is going to go after her. And they're going to go after her for several reasons. In one of the conversations, the president of the Ukraine had a concern about this ambassador. Anytime the host country president has a concern, that's reason to recall. President had absolutely every right to recall her. So the Democrats think that's going to be another bombshell today. It's not. Let's start off with, let's just go back with basics. What is the definition of impeachment? There's a definition in the Constitution, but I go with the definition that Gerald Ford said when he tried to impeach a Supreme Court justice, and his definition was if you've got the votes. Today, I think the Democrats have the votes. I don't know if that will last till the time of the final vote.
All right, we're going to see what's happened. There's a lot happening right now on Capitol Hill. Thank you both for coming in here and breaking down your thoughts and your views on this. We really appreciate your time.